need to go down. Rock that one, that this how we from. Easy now, no need to go down. Rock that one, that this how we from. Easy now, no need to go down. Rock that one, that this how we from. Easy now, no need to go down. Rock that one, that this how we from. Easy now, no need to go down. Rock that one, that this how we from. Easy now, no need to go down. Rock that one, that this how we from. Easy now, no need to go down. Rock that one, that this how we from. Easy now, no need to go down. Rock that one, that this how we from.
This where we from, where the love, the people, the music, we all come as one. What have you done? Folks, they just talking like they are just bosses or something. I got problems day to day, my people dying. Got my family watching, any haters writing. Just realize I'm in a better place. Gonna ride it out till I'm finished, man, and that's work. Niggas now talking like they gon' do it bigger. Hey, your lady in the back, now they hurt. Dog, look at that. Try to blow up a cell while she all on T. Wait, I've been on the grind, so it's all on me. What's the steez? People try, but it can't complete. I be damned if I ain't the one that can't complete. Cause I came from a place where the bombs to see. Real talk. Nothing can stop me. Boy, what are you doing? The game is so clueless. Where's that new? Where's that Tito? I had to take a break for a few. I thought I had lost it. Found my passion, found a girl, break my heart. Swear to God, when I start realizing I'm a beast with it. Everybody gonna eat with me, go down, have a feast with me. For my day one, A1s. Pretty girls don't care what people think. On the news, people dying on day to day. Mess around, be a shirt or a poster. So I don't got time now. Be playing with it. Wanna be ravaged, yeah, I'm on now. What you thought now? I can't do it like that, you a lame. Got all this game and I still ain't the same where I came from.
Ross is my name.
Fuck going on, there's a whole lot of ice shit going on.
Gang, man, gang. 20 gang, 20 gang. If it ain't 20 gang, it ain't nothing.
Underdogs winning. What the fuck they talking? Hey,
if it ain't 20 gang,
winning.
It ain't winning, man.
Underdogs winning.
Ooh, it's true. Gas all I smoke, backwards when I roll. 45 my side, devil want my soul. Bad bitch in the ride, go wherever I go, do whatever I want. She don't ever say no. Gas all I smoke, backwards when I roll. 45 on my side, devil want my soul. Bad bitch in the ride, go wherever I go, do whatever I want. She don't ever say no. I get fly for no reason, never I commit treason. Fuck the bitch that I'm leaving. Already I'm bleeding. Ooh, dropped out, I ain't stay in school. Make mines, had to break the rules. Fast cars and fancy jewels. Front on me, you gon' make the news. That's bad for show that. Just letting you know that. I be low where your hoe at. Show me where the dough at. I roll around, I hold it down, down to the ground. I run the town, go 100 miles, got 100 styles. Be running wild while the money pile. Gas all I smoke, backwards when I roll. 45 on my side, devil want my soul. Bad bitch in the ride, go wherever I go, do whatever I want. She don't ever say no. Gas all I smoke, backwards when I roll. 45 on my side, devil want my soul. Bad bitch in the ride, go wherever I go, do whatever I want. She don't ever say no. I'm sauced up, I'm dripping. I'm bossed up, I'm pimping. I'm double cup when I'm sipping. Them niggas hating and tripping. I'm taking all of they bitches. I'm making all of my riches. I handle all of my business, then peel off with the quickness. Lord, can I get a witness? Right, everything expensive. There's food for thought for them dishes. Be careful with your wishes. You never know how far I go. Hold tight, won't let it go. No one else got a better flow. Get better. better, and better, ho. Gas all I smoke, backwards when I roll. 45 my side, devil want my soul. Bad bitch in the ride, go wherever I go, do whatever I want. She don't ever say no. Gas all I smoke, backwards when I roll. 45 on my side, devil want my soul. Bad bitch in the ride, go wherever I go, do whatever I want. She don't ever say no.
Ross is my name.
Hitting home runs, walking through the bases. Haters can't take it cause they know I'm about to make it. Had this feeling every time, ever since I was a kid. Plans to get cake, can't wait on birthdays. People on the grind, gotta eat both ways. If I don't make it, I be gone to November. Cooking for your soul like Grandma Sunday.
We jamming. Big clap, guys. It's been a while since I got to spend some time with y'all. Oh. Blow your eardrums out. Can everybody hear me okay? How's the sound? Is the sound good? Okay, I'm looking around. Okay. All right. We good on the sound. And, you know, we got a lot to talk about. And you see the title. I'm not just going to be talking about the title today. If you can, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for stopping by the Nick Moses 05 podcast. Joe, I see you in there. Chris MoFam, what it is? What's going on? MMA Junkie. Oh, my goodness. Sounds amazing. Love it. Okay. Okay. Dead Specimen, what's up? What's good? You here, man? You here. You know we gonna talk. Got my drink. Extra spicy. And y'all know we here to do. First of all, how is everybody doing today? How was everybody holiday? How was everybody's Thanksgiving, Black Friday, you name it, whatever? How was it? Was everybody successful in Black Friday shopping? I hear that we broke a record for the U.S., 9 billion, I hear. Who all got some on Black Friday? Shout out to me. Holler at me. Okay, go ahead and like and share if you bought some on Black Friday. How about that? I think we all probably bought some. I know I did. Okay, I know I did. Alchemy Gaming. Oh, wait. You have a heart on. No, Alchemy Gaming. What's going on? Okay, so we're going to definitely talk, but I just want to go ahead and say thank you guys for tuning in. I will be talking about a little bit about TX. We're going to talk about PS5. We're going to talk about some Xbox things. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, but I want to go ahead and just kind of get into this slowly, okay? Because I could really, you know, some Alchemy Gaming says about a hard on TX. You know what? You could say so. TX is my homie. That's like family. So whenever something happened with TX, I'm going to be talking about. I don't even care. And right now, it's, you know, it's been a sad moment for TX. And I ain't feeling that. So that's what we're going to be talking about. We also going to be talking about PS5 drift issues. Yes, we will be getting into that. We also will be talking about how the PS5 outsold the Xbox. We'll be talking about that. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff today. Okay. But we're going to first go ahead and start off with TX. Now, if you do not know who TX is, Team XQ, I get a lot of people who tune in for the first time. And everybody tuning in for the first time, shout out to you. Take a sip for you right now. Thank you. I see you over there. I got you. Oh, my goodness. I see over there. You guys in the chat are hilarious. I try to ignore the chat when I'm talking, because when I start talking and I read the chat, it goes crazy. But yes, you have a hard-on for family. I thought you lived in Wisconsin, not LA. Yo, my family is crazy, man. Okay, so Team Executor. The reason I want to do this video is because I actually went to Team Executor's website not that long ago. And why? I don't know. I just wanted to go there. I wanted to reminisce. Hell, I wanted to see if maybe they put up something new. Okay. Hell, maybe that's what I wanted to do. And when I went up there, you know what I seen? I think the date was September 19th, 2020. Damn. That's a long time ago. Do you know how much has transpired? Let's not talk about elections. Let's not even get there. Okay, let's just so much has transpired from the last time we seen an update on Team Executor's website. So Team Executor has been great to me, okay? And I've seen many of us, including myself at times, as we bash Team Executor. We laughed, ha ha ha, they get locked, that's what you get, okay? Ha ha, and this and that, and then you get the sword. We're not even getting into the code stuff. I don't even want to talk about that. But it's just so much going on. And I say, you know what? Damn, that's messed up. Team Executor, I'm missing you. It's a confession. If you're here right now, just go ahead and comment. Mel, go ahead and like and share if you're here right now. I love you, man. I just want to know, what happened to all the updates? I remember going on the website and seeing updates for my custom firmware for my Nintendo Switch, for all my modding lovers. This is not just the people who play games. I'm talking about if you modify systems. We love new things and we love updates. And we were getting good updates. We were getting good software. Hell, everything was going, and Nintendo said, sit down. Sit. Don't move. And TX had to sit down. Now, I don't know, but shout out to Max and Gary. Two people that I know, just based on the news we've been reading, have been arrested. Now, Max, I believe, is out. I think Max is living his life like he golden. Okay, Max, I don't know what you do. Holler at me. Okay, we need to talk. But Max is living. I don't know what Gary's doing, but you know, if you Instagram and all that stuff, man, that's what police use nowadays. They got Instagram police. You know what I'm saying? Twitch police, YouTube police. They come on there and they actually investigate. They come on here and they go, oh, I see what you're doing. So I think Max is, I'm not sure about this, but last time I checked Instagram, looks like either someone's putting it up like Max is living good or Max is out. Max is chilling. I don't know. Stay low, Max. Just do you. You ain't even got to, this ain't even about you. And Gary, I hope the best for Gary. Okay. I do not like seeing people that have brought something that allowed me to now grow my channel and for them to be arrested. And for the longest, we've been bashing. And that's why I said, do you got a hard on for TX? No, at first it's like, ha. Then it's like, nah, it ain't really funny. And we dealing with people's real lives. These people really going to jail. They got families, who knows how many kids they have. So I think about myself or people that was falsely accused. Hell, maybe they shouldn't even be in there. Maybe all of that's wrong. Maybe Nintendo is just way overstepping their boundaries. And that's what the law is for. I'm not to say what's right, what's wrong, but we need to stop the TX bashing for a little bit. I think we all need to right now uplift TX. Hell, if somebody want to do a GoFundMe and we raise TX, or hell, maybe we just need a whole new staff of Team Executor members to step up and just say, hell, we carrying this. We're not going to let anything go, because right now, Nintendo Switch scene is okay, but it's been a little dry in my eye. Okay, I remember it was just something. Now you got the next gen systems coming, kind of taking everything off of them. Some people, Switch Pro 2021, or, it's not really much going on there. I'm going to be honest, myself, I play my Nintendo Switch, a little bit, not as often as I used to, with the Xbox Series X here. Okay, and I've been playing the Series X, so shout out to everybody who got a next-gen system. We're going to be talking about drift issues on the PS5. We also going to be talking about PS5 outselling. I just got to get my rant on. And I'm going to take calls. I want to get everybody's opinion on this. I love to hear you guys in the chat know how I do. Okay, and just to shout out some of those. Free Melee. Okay, Wait, so what did they do? Man, I can't even go. I've talked about it many times, but let's just say you can go ahead and Google that Team Executor, just Team Executor arrested. You'll find out everything. Then going after everyone, and Nintendo has been going after everyone. We've talked about the RCM loaders. You know, a lot of these people, let's just say you're selling these RCM loaders, and if you were to face a charge, or let's say they sued you for an infringement, and you had to pay a fine for $2,500 for each one you sold, and you can't afford to pay it, so you have to serve jail time for that. That's not really right. It's nothing you expected. You're just trying to live, you know, especially in society like this, a capitalist society like this is about the damn dollar. Woo. It's about the dollar. Okay. So everybody's just trying to make a living. Nobody's trying to, that's different from someone who's robbing, from someone who's providing. But Nintendo honestly feels like this is going to be a detriment. And I don't know what it is, but Nintendo has something that they think is, this must be serious. They have always been going far, we can admit. This one is the furthest I've ever seen them go. And Team Executor has been like the face of the battle for Nintendo. Every time they slapping someone, it's the face of somebody in Team Executor. It's just, and that ain't right. Okay, so Mario, you ain't coming over for a while. How about that? Okay, I usually kick it with Mario. Mario, you ain't coming. How about that? You hear this, you watch it all the time. Don't come over here. Don't even knock on the door. Don't ring the doorbell. Don't call me. All right, take a chill. Just chill. Okay? Sit back. Let Team Executor do their thing. All right? And for everybody out there who's always talking about, ha, 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 Team Executor, just think these people have provided something for us, and they're going to be missing their families on holidays like this. A Black Friday that's so wonderful like this. So I'm going to just get that off. I'm sorry. Had to get that off. But anyways, everybody who's been out there on Black Friday, who got them TVs for their new generation systems, okay? Oh, I'm not even going to get started on that. I could go all day about the new TVs. Everybody, I need HDMI 2.1. Oh my gosh, it's Black Friday. I got to go get one. Oh, what do you got? Oh, yes, I went to Best Buy. I looked at those TVs, man, and I can tell you, it is the real deal. Looking at these TVs, these OLED TVs, oh my God. So beautiful the way technology's going. Shout out everybody. Yeah, it's Nintendo though. It's the feds. Yo, Alchemy Gaming, kudos to you. Yo, Colorful Seal, my man Colorful Seal. Shout out to you. And my man, I got to shout out Colorful Seal for a second, because that's my man right there. He's playing Call of Duty. That man's a beast. Okay, I got to shout you out. But I'm going to be getting on Call of Duty with you. Okay, and I'm going to show you how it works on the controller. Forget the keyboard and mouse. Okay, all y'all that play on the PC, come see me with the controller. Talk to me nice. No, I'm joking with you, Cubs too. But I'm with you, Alchemy Gaming. The feds have been just in on this. And you know when the feds get on this, it's like, woo, it's like fried chicken and you got the grease on your fingers. They just love it. It's like, hey, you know, our conviction rate is skyrocketed. We ain't going unless we know. So when the feds get involved, it is serious business, and that's why I wish the best to everyone in Team Executor that was involved or has anything to do with this. Hopefully you guys can beat the case, explain any evidence, because beating this case can mean more than just you guys beating the case. It can mean something for future mod chips to come. Hell, I know I'll be scared if I know I got to bring out another mod chip and I'm possibly going to be dealing with the issues they're dealing with. So we got to stop somewhere. These next gen systems, I'm not one to just say, hey, I'll play my system normal. If I can put something on my system right now to spice it up, woo, I ain't even gonna talk no more about that. But anyways, I see you. Notch, my man, I see you out there. Joe, I'm a PC gamer and I use an Xbox 360 controller. Yo, is that a red flag? Hold up. Anybody, is it okay to play a PC game and use a controller? I've done it as well, but I've been laughed at. They ridiculed me. They said that's blasphemy. Disgusting is what a PC gamer told me. Pitiful. He said, I said, oh man, I'm sorry, man. I never did that again. But we think it's unlikely that all those charges will stick. Yo, Alchemy Gaming, that's what I like to talk about. I'm with you. I don't think all that. And we already know a lot of times with the criminal justice system how it is. A lot of times it's to get you in jail, and then it's to start building up charges. So not only can we charge you for this, now we see something else, you know, maybe something happened and a bag of, some type of drugs was in the car along the time where we caught you, even though it was someone else's car that you was in, we're going to charge you with that because you're already, the main culprit in everything that's going on. So it's not fair. And they can build these charges, and you spend time trying to fight these charges. And then by the time you get a lot of these charges thrown out, they say, okay, well, you have to take these charges. And those charges wind up being the same charges that you started with. Dirty system. Okay. Really dirty system. I used controller on PC before. Joshua Drake, shout out. Look at everybody coming out there. Ain't scared to talk. Okay. Ain't scared to talk. Oh, you totally can use a controller. Mouse just affords you more control if you can get it at it. Okay, I'm with you on that. Colorful City, he's saying if you can use a mouse, you're going to be better hands down. If you can just use a mouse a good way. One thing I say is that control, the way you move on a mouse, I'm not going to lie. You just can't change that. But if you start adjusting that dead zone on the controller, baby, okay, for all my first-person shooters out there, you want a little bit of sensitivity. Okay, but conspiracy to commit, absolutely. Okay, absolutely. Yo, Alchemy Gaming, you drop it too much. They watching. I told you, they got them all over. They watching my channel. They watching Twitch. They watching everything. They just like, yes, I see them. Okay, Alchemy Gaming, you dropping knowledge right now, man. I don't think anything's really gonna stick. I think these guys will be back out. I hope the website just starts flourishing. I hope somebody else, hell, give me the damn code. Let me get in there and start updating something. And then I'm gonna have to say I don't work with y'all, but I'm just messing with y'all, man, as always. But racketeer influence and corrupt organizations. Oh my gosh, the RICO law. Man, I hate hearing RICO law. Damn. Yo, RICO law affords the government to do so much. Hell, when the RICO law in, they can just walk in your house. It's like, hey, excuse me. Let's see what you got in here. It's bad, man. So for everybody that's out there just right now, you see in the chat, you guys are writing it. This is what Team Execute is dealing with. And as we put up videos, not just myself, there are many huge, and I mean huge, this has been on major networks, way bigger than me, who have spoke about it with no heart, no care for the individuals that's involved. And that's what today is about. I'm not letting that slide. Those folks, Max, Lauren, Gary, shout out to y'all, man. Free them. Free them. Hell, let them go. Take a drink to that. All right. The specimen Joe, you are too damn. Look, man, if they were indicted on X or Y charges, then from the get-go, that has to stick. They cannot be charged for other stuff, because if so, then it's another trial. Trials are based on what you are charged for. Yo, y'all see what's happening, man. And I'm telling you, there's going to be charges being built while they're in there. That happens all the time. Everyone knows if they can, because now they have time, they got you. So now they can get more information, and time is information, and they can get more information. And if they take you for another charge, you can get out on that charge, but you're going to be going to another court to face trial for another charge. So you still don't get out. So it's a nasty, nasty game. So if Max is out, man, shout out to Max, man. Holla at me. Gary, I hope you get out on bond. Hope these guys get bond, man. Let them out. Let them talk. Let them tell their side of the story so we can hear that. That's the least they could do. Okay. What it does, Nick. Yo, that specimen, I'm gonna get you on. I'm definitely, now hold on. Before I get on and let everybody, I gotta say, and they straight up doxed my homie Game Over. Yo, shout out to Game Over, man. Damn. Shout out to Game Over. Y'all already know I ain't gonna get too deep. So yo, I'm gonna just go through these real quick because I want to get you guys online. I do want to talk. I usually like to take like 30 minutes to talk with you guys. Like I said, these usually are an hour, but they just always go over. Okay. But PlayStation 5 drift issues. I want to talk about that because we've spent a lot of time killing Nintendo. Okay. Oh, the drift issues. Oh, I hate my joystick. The drift. They need to do something about. And now look at us, me included. PS5 dealing with drift issues. So I really had to ask myself at this moment, is this a Nintendo problem only, or is this something that's an every single system problem? Which one? Which one? Because we talked about the drift issue. Me, myself. Hey, Nintendo, we giving you a class action lawsuit. Well, hell, how good does it look for Nintendo to say, hey, we're telling you it's not just our systems are built good. It's other systems dealing with it. It's not only Joy-Cons. I've heard about this with PlayStation 4 controllers, and I heard that the same model was used for PlayStation 5 controllers. I'm not 100% on that, but if so, and PlayStation 4 controllers suffered from some of this, then you're dealing with the same issues on PlayStation 5. And for those, I just want to say, who are like, oh, these people whining over drift issues, get over it, let me tell you, it's different with dealing with a little bit of drift. And it's different with playing something like Cuphead or playing a fighting game where you have to do certain moves. Timing is everything. One single movement destroys you. Okay, so drift issues can be terrible. So for everyone, first of all, is anybody here dealing with PlayStation 5 drift issues for the controller? I don't know anyone personally. That's just me, okay? That's just me. And I will say, and shout out, hold up, official firmware on the PS5 is so bad. Oh my goodness. And I know PlayStation 5 is going to do an update. They've been pushing a lot of updates out, I heard. I'm not sure about that, but I heard they have. Nobody makes analogs like Microsoft. Stop talking to me. Nobody makes them like Microsoft. You hear that? Okay, I haven't had a drift issue. Now, if I dropped the controller and broke it, that's another story. But other than that, I haven't had any drift issues. Okay, so that's because no one here could get a PS5 because all the bots got them first. You see what I mean? It's just crazy. The scalpers got more than Walmart. Walmart running out before the scalpers is. We're sold out, and the scalpers like, come on, baby. $800. This is all yours. Whew. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do about that? Now, first of all, I'm not the technological genius here. So I can't tell you how to solve that problem. I can say maybe, you come up with some like waiting line where you have to wait in line, but there's millions of people doing that. That ain't even feasible. Okay. Bots, it might just be bots is something you got to deal with. It might just be bots is something you got to deal with. Hell, I did get my Xbox Series X the first day. And I can tell you, I was almost dead in the water. You talking about a guy who put up a video telling you all the tips on how to get it. Okay, I have multiple workstations here. I was reloading, thought I had it here. Something told me, it just said, yo, it was like 10:36. At 10 in the morning for me, that's when the system dropped. 10:36, dead in the water, and all I said, you know what? Let me try Newegg. Newegg, shout out to you. Yo, make me an affiliate. I could be an affiliate. No, I want to be a sponsor, damn it. So Newegg, holla at me for a sponsorship. But anyway, so I'm going to read some of these comments. I love you guys for the comments, man. I love you guys for the comments. I'm just waiting for that browser hacks to come public for PS5. Oh my God, you talking about going crazy. Oh my goodness, don't even talk. Any hack for the PS5, we going nuts. If it just come out and everybody get access to it, we going ham. I'm going ham included. Okay. So that was actually a really good trumpet. Yo, I've been practicing that since since I was a kid, man. I mastered it. You know what I mean? Scalper's gonna get sued for drift issues. Yo, they need to, man. If you buying your system from a scalper and I get a drift issue, hell, PayPal, here I come. You know what I mean? That's what you get. You just have to do like people did with the RTX 3080 release. Bid astronomically high on them and let them fall through on the bid. They'll have to relist any screws. Yo, the world is so cruel. Just think about that. And I mean, it's cruel, but it's so funny. The scalpers get these systems, and then everybody just goes, yo, you know what? Yeah, we're going to build it all the way up to here. And they go, yeah, I'm going to make all this money. And then they just don't even pay them. Yo, it's sad world. I feel them. Because the scalpers, it's bad business. Now, I don't know how I feel about it. If I had the money and I get in there and I buy two systems, that's different. Because you're buying two systems. Maybe there should be just a stone cold one limit. One limit per public IP. Bow! That's it. We ain't doing no more. But games are already being dumped. Oh, gosh, stop, man. You're going to make me. I'm jizzing. So use the last four. Oh, okay. All right. After Hurricane Andrew in the 90s, Florida made scalping during a natural disaster a crime. Woo! Hey, how would you feel if you purchased a bot and you just got yourself 18 PlayStation 5s? You got enough money. Hey, I just say, hey, I'm taking out the 401k. We gonna be living good, baby. I got all these PlayStation 5s. And next thing you know, it's like, you're under arrest for all these PlayStation 5s you're trying to sell for $1,000 each. Come with me. Extra spicy that. Hey, that'd be a lot of money though. Wow. Oh, damn. Imagine that. If you oh my gosh. They'll all have one limit per customer. The bought software supports proxies to purchase each from a different. Damn. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the bot's just gonna flip to another IP and just purchase another one. Damn, that is true. So, yeah. So that sucked. So that idea is out the window. We didn't even talk about that. But these drift issues, okay, I will say, are not just a Nintendo issue. We're hearing about it with PlayStation 5. Hell, I think if you drop any controller, you would deal with some drift issues. Because I had Scott Parker. I think it was my man Scott Parker on here. He came down. He was dropping some knowledge. Okay, he said, look, this is the controller. The reason you're having a drift is because this part breaks. It's either from you handling the controller too rough or you dropping the controller. It has nothing to do with Sony or Nintendo or Microsoft. It's all these consumers with your rough ass hands. Maybe you need to put more lotion on your hands or do something. You're too rough. Who agrees with that? Do you think we're just too rough, or do you think these controllers should be built like the Nintendo controllers back in the day? And y'all know what I'm talking about. A Nintendo controller, you could spike down like a football. They'll bounce back up and you can catch it. And then you could finish the combo. I mean, they was amazing. They was amazing controllers. You could throw it like a boomerang and it yanks from the Nintendo system and it comes back and you catch it and you play. It was amazing. It still worked. And it didn't matter. If you broke it, it wasn't much. You know what I mean? It was great days. But now these controllers, okay, if you was to spike down a controller, you would have a murder massacre of a controller on your floor. That's how they built. I don't know what that is, man. Times change, man. Times totally change. I love them old school controllers, man. And I seen 8-Bit do. I see y'all coming out with these old school controllers trying to relive the feel. But let's not lie. It's like cars. You're not making them with the same components. I don't know what they did, but you could take a Nintendo controller, blow in it, spit in it, rub alcohol, everything, slam it in your system, cut it down and cut it on. Try to do that right now with your system. You wouldn't even dare. Okay. So anyways, enough. I got about drift issues. You guys hear about the drift issues. I want to get your calls in. All right, just give me one more thing. I got to rant because this hurt. And this hurt. I got to get this out. And I don't want to even shed no tears, man. I'm going to come straight gangster with this one. Sony outsold Microsoft, from what I hear. Can we get some confirmation on that? Did Sony systems PS5 really outsell the Xbox Series X? Is this true what I'm hearing? Oh, gosh. I don't know what to do with myself. We lost. Nah, but all seriousness, man, I hear that Sony outsold, and it don't surprise me with that Xbox Series S. Okay, nobody wants that crap except kids. Get it out of here, man. Okay, it need to be. Look, we got 4Ks coming right and left. Hell, 4-year-olds gonna be having 4K TVs in their room. That's just the way it's gonna be. They're just gonna. Hey, it looks great, Dad. Yeah, that's because now every TV is 4K. Hell, we gonna be moving into 8K soon. Who is ready for 8K? I'm not. I don't even know the difference between 4K and 8K right now. I probably would if I seen it. But I can tell you, those OLED TVs, if you are purchasing a TV, I think it's the LG CX series. Shout out. Best Buy when I walked in there. Oh my gosh. Woo. Now you can still get you a Sony X900, a X950, a X800. You can still work those. Sony got the best budget price for entering in for those HDMI 2.1 systems. Beautiful. But that LG CX, I walked in Best Buy and I seen it. You know how you walk to a TV, and this is for all the folks. Okay, PK, Kyle, I don't know, y'all. Younger kids, I don't know if y'all buying these $800 TVs, okay? But for grown folks, when you spending a hard-earned dollar, you walking in that store and you gonna make sure you either getting a hell of a sale or a hell of an item. It's either one or the other. You're not coming out there without one or the other being satisfied. So you walk to the TVs, you look at one. So I walk in there, I look at the LG CX, and I go, damn, that looks good of a TV. That's So then I said, yo, that's kind of steep though, man. That's $1,800. I know it's on sale, but can you take me to something a little more cheaper, man? I'm not trying to. I got kids and Christmas and all that. Stop, okay? So he takes me around. He takes me to the Sony TV. So he's like, this is the Sony X900, man. This is gonna be mine to your TV. So I look at it. I go, It's all right. That's how good the LG CX was. And I settled on a Sony. I will get an LG CX, but no, I had to settle right now. I just had to settle. It's just too much. But it looks, I'm still going to have a beautiful looking game, but no. Those LG CX TVs, those OLEDs, rule, king, bow down. I don't care what nobody say. Get that for your system and your kids, your family, your wife will love you. Okay, or your husband. You know, we get a lot of women watch the channel. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna cut Skype on. I don't want to get too much, you know, because I ran, guys. And I'm gonna be honest, I was hurt when I heard they outsold the the Xbox Series X. With me being one that got an Xbox Series X, you know, it was kind of like, I don't know who my old school guys out there. Y'all remember when Eminem first album dropped? Y'all remember that? The first album? Nobody really knew much about Eminem at that time. And I was one of those dudes. I think it was freshman year. I walked around. I had the little, and I was Slim Shady, brain dead like Jim Brady. I mean, and people was looking at me like, yo, you, bro, that he ain't making it, man. And then next thing you know, you go, oh my God, this guy becomes the biggest thing ever. So caller, hold on. Let me get to these calls, man. I got to get to y'all because I love hearing y'all talk. It's a beautiful thing, getting y'all on here. Hold on. So let's get to this. All right, here we go. Nick Moses 05 podcast. Who do I have on the line?
You got Joe Franelli. What's going on, my brother?
Oh, this is my man, OG Joe, the one and only. Joe, how are you doing today?
I'm okay. My car broke, and I got to find another one. Transmission blew and head gasket blew.
Damn, transmission. And yep, you got to find another one. So, damn, what you going? Yep. So you just already junked it? That's it?
Yeah, I already junked it already, so I'm just going to try to find something cheap. I was driving to my friend's restaurant doing his POS system. Was it like an hour and a half for me? Then I drove all the way back home. The car was smoking like crazy and a whole bunch of crap.
Now, what kind of car was that?
Just a cheap beater car. I don't I'm not really into the fancy, expensive cars. Whatever's cheap. I'd rather spend my money on technology.
Yeah, and the reason I say that, man, I had a Pontiac Grand Prix. I had two of them. And I had engine issues or transmission issues with both of them. Now, I'm a guy, I ain't gonna lie, I'm sloppy. I'm sloppy with my car. So, I might go over on an oil change. I might do, so I'm sloppy with it. But both of those were terrible cars, man. So, for anybody who got a Grand Prix right now, check your oil. Just go outside and check your oil right now as I'm talking. But anyway, Joe, man,
it's
condolences
a 2001
for the car,
Nissan,
man.
That's it.
Oh, man, condolences, man. We gotta... we hate to hear when we lose the car, especially around this damn season with everything that's going on. So, outside of that, this is going to be our way of getting you away. Okay, we're going to take you away from that. So, Joe, with Team Executor, I know you've been a representative of Team Executor since day one. You've been on this channel. Why even times when they were being bashed, you were one who was standing up for Team Executor. Do you feel like everyone's being too hard on Team Executor right now?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. They're being hard with them. You got to pay for a custom firmware and everything. Yeah, but you could do XCI loading. I found out the homebrew launcher works a lot better for playing homebrew games like the Castle Wolfenstein, that game you did like last week.
Yep.
And here's the deal: Rycast is Dreamcast emulator, and it will not work in Atmosphere because I have two systems. One runs SXOS, one runs Atmosphere. It will not run for any way, shape, or form. Only will run on the Executor firmware.
And you see, and what's so funny is when this all happened, it was like you had one side of people was like, hey, that's what they deserve. They had it coming. And then you had other side was like, Team Executor is going to be okay and everything will be fine. So for all those people who were kind of just like, ha, that's what they deserve, do you feel like those people were justified in that? Or do you feel like, they're taking it overboard, other people's lives, just kind of let it play out?
They're taking it way overboard. I mean, forgetting about playing free games and stuff, these are people's livelihoods. They're in jail. They maybe have family or kids. I don't know anything about these people. I mean, I see people bitching, complaining. I spent $60 for a key, but there's no new updates. I think it's more important that guy's in jail right now trying to get the hell out of there than getting a stupid update. We have Atmosphere to work with too,
Well, I appreciate you.
People are crazy.
That's honest, man. And when you break it down like that, just simple, it makes so much sense. We worried about an update while this man's got to worried about if I'm getting out for the holidays. And then not only that, I'm not sure about the money. A lot of people say they made a killing in money. But even if they made a killing in money, what they provided to me was so much more, and people don't understand. So if they made a killing in money, Joe, and let's say they was just raking in dough in the millions, okay, do you feel like the feds are just on them because of the money they're making, or do you feel like Nintendo really feels like they're in danger here?
I really think they're trying to form a RICO case. I think they're trying to go after the other products that they were making under a different IP, like, the gateway cards, the similar gateway cards and all that other stuff. I really think they're cracking down on them, saying, hey, what else have you been made? We want to take a look at your computers and all that other stuff so they can even charge them more. That's what I think they're trying to do.
Okay, and you know what? I kind of explained that a little bit, and a lot of people don't really understand that. And like you said, when they built the RICO case, it allows them to look at everything. Now it's no holding back. We can go into anything. We can go into your bank accounts. We can go into anything we want to see and see everything.
And also how a RICO case works too is, let's say John Smith was involved in Team Executor, even though his name didn't come out to be anywhere. They go after him because it grants permission. It's like, it's like having, playing, having a king-size dice. I don't even know how to make comparison, but it's having ultimate power over everything.
Yeah, and ultimate power. And shout out my brother, Stop You Line. I see my brother came in there. Shout out BY. We old school gamers, man. So I got to shout out Broski. So let me ask you, Joe, you've been one to experience this Nintendo drift issue. Okay, and now we get PS5 owners dealing with drift issues. Now, me, myself, haven't dealt with it. Let me ask Joe, being a PlayStation 5 owner, have you had any drift issues?
I have not had any drift issues, but I see a lot of glitches with Miles Morales, and it looks like the whole. I love the GUI of the system. The whole thing's in beta. PS5 might have sold a lot more systems, but I hear a lot less issues with the Xbox Series systems.
And I'm with you on that too, Joe. And I don't know if that's because
the rest in the bricks.
Yeah, you know what? That was one of the biggest things I know they pushed an update for, was for the rest mode crashing systems. I heard of memory issues, specifically Miles Morales too. I heard of people, systems crashing at a certain point. You're right. I've heard of a lot of issues with Sony. Now, I don't know if it's because, more Sony systems are in the hands of people, or is it Microsoft's just kind of, played the old school, laid back, Xbox 360, this is what they love approach,
Yeah, I think they did a sloppy job. They should have waited for both releases of the systems. Doesn't matter if you had them now or next year. I'd rather have something that's stable. I never use rest modes in my systems. I'm old school. Turn off the damn power. That's it. It saves the system's longevity. No matter what they say, turn off the damn power.
Yo, and I'm glad you said that, Joe, because a lot of people do not understand. You get the rest mode and you go, hey, I love to just wake my system up quick. But, it's using a little bit of power. You can turn it off, put it in a much deeper sleep. You don't have to worry about using that power. It does, expand the life of the system by doing that. I agree with you. But I think a lot of people nowadays are just so loving the quick and easy pick up and cut on. They don't even care. They just cut on every
young kids that are lazy. It's the young kids that are lazy, not like me and you. Like, okay, it doesn't matter if we got to wait an extra minute or so. They're so impatient. They can't wait.
And you know what? So I'm going to tell you, Joe, you preaching right now. I just did something the other night. I was playing Road Company and it was loading, and I'm used to loading it, a little bit long. So I ran to the kitchen. I said, it's time for me to get a drink. And when I ran to the kitchen, the game was already playing. I'm not used to these fast load times. I'm happy with having a couple extra seconds. Hell, I was trying to get my drink. I was actually upset that it loaded a little bit quicker. So, Joe, I'm totally relating to you on that. So, like you mentioned, even though they outsold Xbox, I am hearing about less issues. Now, you're one that I know have both systems, okay? Have you had a chance to dig into the Xbox yet? I know before, you're busy with working. Hell, the car messing up, you probably ain't had time to do much of else, but have you had time to even touch the Xbox?
All I did was open it up and make sure there wasn't a bag of rice in there. That was it, because I was so concerned about that. So I've been so busy. I haven't played it yet.
Yo, and Joe, I got a question. My man asked a great question. This for everybody that's getting these next-gen systems. It's a question I hear often. And I got a Colorful Seal even answer. He says, would you rather do 1080p at 120 frames per second or 4K at 60 frames per second. And my man Colorful Seal says 1080 at 120 frames per second, hands down. No even debates about it. What do you think about that? Do you think the refresh rate of, and I don't know if you really notice the difference of 60 hertz to 120 hertz, but Joe, how do you feel about that? Are you a guy that's really into 4K? And if so, do you think you would rather just have a 4K TV at 60 frames per second? Or do you like, hey, I don't need the 4K jazz. Just give me 1080 and I'm good.
I really don't need the 4K. I'll take the 1080. I'm all about the gameplay. Is it a cool game? Is it a lot of fun to play? I'm not like these people that, I have to watch a visual movie to enjoy the game. No, it's about the gameplay. You know, I have old school games that I love to play. On the Dreamcast, like on the PS3, just a really cool, great experiences. I'm not really about the graphics. I'm about the gameplay. I grew up in an older time.
Man, I'm with you on that, and I can tell you the refresh rate to me was the most important thing for me as well. 1080p, I'm so cool with. 4K, okay, if I'm watching a movie, right? If I'm watching something on Netflix or, maybe I got a Blu-ray, I'm trying to get the whole feel with the surround system and all that. Yeah, cool. Get 4K. You're cool. You're not even going to notice. But if you gaming, if you playing a game, you need that refresh rate. You need 120. You need it. That's just going to make the game that much more better. That's just me. Okay.
Definitely agree with you. Back in the day, I had a plasma TV, and I was talking to the guy. I said, what's better for gaming? Is it plasma or LCD? This is back in the day. He said, get a plasma. The refresh rate was 600 hertz. They don't make plasmas anymore. My other plasma broke. It broke maybe about a year ago. Yeah. So I got a 70-inch 4K curved Samsung TV. I'd rather get an LG. LG is so much better than Samsung products for TVs. But with the pandemic and everything, I couldn't get a TV. You couldn't get them for anything. That's when the stimulus checks dropped.
Oh,
I'm not buying it.
I remember
my TV broke at the wrong time. Yeah,
and
it was crazy. So I'm like, I'll get the curved TV. I'm like, but
yeah, and what? Those curved TVs, man, are gorgeous. I don't want to, discredit those curved TVs. I do love the look of it, the sleekness of it. I heard some people talk about the stretching and certain things, but to me, I love the look of it. I thought about it too. I almost wanted to get one, but I had to settle this time around. You're right, Joe. Those LG TVs, it was so beautiful. It wasn't even a debate. I was walking in the store as somebody who's not even just super, technical on TVs. And I looked at it and I said, yo, this LG is flat out way better than everything else.
Oh, they last a long time. I had my LG plasma that lasted 3 years. This Samsung TV that I just got a couple of months ago, I had them repair it. The thing burned out. I'm like, you're kidding me. I don't even use a TV that much. I use the TV maybe 3 times a week. That's how busy I am.
Yo,
I'm like, this TV.
Shout out to plasma TVs, Joe. You took me back, man. My plasma TV was one of the best looking TVs I had, and I ain't gonna lie, it was pretty. You put your hand behind there, it pumped out a little heat. Okay, that thing was hot. I ain't gonna front.
You make marshmallows on that.
That thing cooking, man. But it was just such a great picture. You know what I mean? And now we move into these LEDs. Now I will say the QLED, beautiful. But I'm not real technical on the TVs, and that's something I'm now moving into with the next gen systems. The Sony X900s got me in there good, but I'm still, Joe, I need me one of these LGs, man.
Yeah, they're very nice TVs.
Yeah, beautiful. So, Joe, I know I got some other calls coming in, man. I got to take them. Any last words you got to say to people before I let you out, my dude?
Like and subscribe to Nick Moses 05 and Team Executor for life.
For life. That's what I'm talking about. Joe, my man, as always, I'm going to holler at you, my dude.
All right. Nice talking to you, buddy.
Later, man.
Bye.
We had somebody, I just missed a call. And I have a feeling that was Dead Specimen. For those who don't know, if it's Dead Specimen, I'm just, here we go, another call. Nick Moses 05 podcast. Who do I have on the line?
It's Satan.
Yo, I called it, man. How did I know? I knew it was you, man. You was waiting to blow up the line. I see the conspiracy just just all on your face right now, and I can't even see your face. I just see it.
Oh, you don't know how much shit talking I'm about to do on all y'all.
Man, we've been waiting for this, man. This is what we've been waiting for. I just was gonna book this segment for you. I was like, you know what, Dead Specimen gonna call in. I'm gonna book him his own little segment, and it's gonna call Conspiracy Day. You know what I mean? So
No, I'm
Dead
about to
Specimen.
say,
Now
I'm
we
gonna be a
talking
bit
about
more chill
Team
today.
Executor. We being hard on Team Executor, man. We giving them, you know, punch after punch after punch. You've been one who's not been a big fan of Team Executor, who was one of the ones that said, you know, this is what's gonna happen. I told you, stop playing with the fire. You're gonna get burned. You was one of those. So, do you feel like we're being too hard on TX, or do you think they're getting what's deserved?
I do not think they're getting what is deserved from a moral perspective, but legally, the DMCA is the law of the land, and the Justice Department feels that this is taking appropriate action. So while I think it's a bit much, and I think a lot of it is very unnecessary, they kind of have to, because the stuff Team Executor has done has broken many clauses of the DMCA, and it goes beyond sort of civil stuff, in the sense that it's not just them infringing on Nintendo's copyright. They are breaking several federal laws, trafficking laws. The DMCA and a lot of trafficking laws are intertwined, and because they are going past the DMCA with trafficking laws, they, I think, are getting legally their just desserts. Now, I think it's bullshit, to be quite frank, that it's sort of this way. I think that their devices that they create are very helpful, and I think that they do allow the modding experience to be much more enjoyable, but nothing I can do about it. That's our crappy laws.
Bam. Now, I gotta shout out my man Colorful Seal. He just gave me a $5 donation. Yo, do you know that's what I do it for? So Dead Specimen, my bad. I just got a little happy. My man did that. I almost jumped out my chair, man. Thank you. I appreciate the donations. Anybody that likes, shares, I know Dead Specimen, you've always supported me. All you guys, man, is why I do it. So Dead, you're on something. I think you're right on point. This is kind of deep for them. Do you think there's any way for Team Executor to beat this case? Do you think if they are to beat this case that it would change laws for the future as far as it relates to the DMCA?
Well, I think it really depends. I think there's absolutely no way for them to win this case, because what will essentially end up happening is they're going to look at this case. Nintendo's probably pouring a bunch of money in to find some way to shove themselves into this to get them to lose the case. And what's probably going to happen is whoever is the judge that decides on the case, we're probably going to be much more of a Amy Coney Barrett type of, I just look at what the law says and act accordingly. And they're going to look at the law, and the law is going to clearly say that they have been doing very illegal things, and they're going to get convicted. I really, the only way I can see this going in their favor is if they manage to pull off enough appeals to where it gets to the Supreme Court, where I then think they will probably lose in the Supreme Court. But I think the best outcome for everybody would be if they somehow if they lose this case, and then it does get up to the Supreme Court, and they somehow win that appeal. That's where laws would get changed, I think.
All right. So right now, as I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand that anything that you do to circumvent any copyright protection, no matter the reason, is considered illegal by the DMCA. Is that true?
There's one reason. There's one reason where it is legal.
Okay, and what's that?
I believe it's quote educational purposes. Now I don't know exactly what constitutes that, but I know that you'll see plenty of videos that are, oh, this video is for educational purposes, no copyright infringement intended. I don't know again what constitutes that, but I know that, like, for instance, if you have a school presentation and you put, a copyrighted song on the presentation, that can be considered educational purposes and therefore allowed under the DMCA.
Okay.
I believe that's the only real exception, though. Now, granted, that wasn't about circumvention. I'm very slow today, so I forgot that you'd said that, but it's honestly just the whole DMCA in general that applies to, including circumvention as far as I'm aware.
Now, are you one? I see Alchemy Gaming said we need to push the right to repair and fair use. What do you feel about the right to repair and fair use? Do you feel like, it's the way the law is, you just got to deal with it? Or do you think that we should continue to fight for that because we've all opened up our systems, we've all taken out a DVD drive, we've all wanted to replace it, but now it's going to come to the point where you're not going to be able to do any of that? What do you think about that?
Well, I absolutely love right to repair. I'm 100% a supporter of that. I think that right to repair is just that, a right. We own the stuff that we buy. Nowhere in the contract to my Galaxy S9 that I'm using to call you right now says that I am leased this phone. I will own this phone once it's paid off. I should have every right after that point to do whatever the hell I want to it. It's my fault if I break it, that's for sure, but they shouldn't have some legal reason to say, oh, you opened your phone up and, did something to it, or, that's wrong, or they shouldn't have the ability to do certain things to make it impossible to fix or impossible to open. That's ridiculous. And I think when it comes to fair use, I think that it really needs to be more of a cut and dry, just, are you pirating something? Are you getting something paid for free? No? Okay, do whatever the hell you want then. It's like, on Android, right, they put in all these measures to make it to where you can't install custom recovery and install custom ROMs onto it.
Yep.
What danger does that provide to me or to anybody who makes Android apps? I can already pirate on Android if I wanted to. Me being able to install a custom ROM doesn't change that. Why are they allowed to block me from that? A game console? Maybe there's a bit more merit if I mod this, or I can't pirate on the Switch without modding it, so maybe there's a bit more merit to that, but even then, there can be mods that exist where Atmosphere, let's say, right out of the gate, you can't pirate using Atmosphere. You have to put a mod to the mod. That should be allowed, because as far as out of the box, you can do cheats, you can run homebrew. Can't pirate on it though.
Okay, so I gotta shout out Joshua Drake. $10 donation. Yo, y'all got it. No, let me stop. I ain't gonna go too crazy over there. I ain't gonna blow your eardrum out. But Joshua Drake, shout out to you, man. This is why I do it. I told y'all keeping me lit right there. Dead Specimen. They all coming in while you on the line, man. Maybe I need to just keep you on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we need to just do
something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I gotta shout out Alchemy for it's pretty intense, but ultimately we have these charges that are implying a paperclip as a circumvention device.
Yo, you a fool, man. Stop it, man. Stop it. Go to bed, man. That's usually why I tell folks, go to bed, man. You sleepy.
I would love to go to bed. I feel like crap today. I had to get a COVID test earlier.
Yo, but you know what, man? So let me ask you that. Now that you talk about that, man, how do you feel about them coming after people like the RCM loaders? Do you feel like that's a circumvention device?
Okay. Straight up bullshit. That I can 100% agree is bullshit.
Okay.
At least with SX, I've made the case of, well, they're including SIG patches. They're including apparently proprietary Nintendo code. They've openly stolen. And I saw someone in the chat earlier say something about Nintendo stealing the cheat engine from Team Executor. I've never heard of that. I would actually like to know more about that, because that would be hilarious if they did that, and I would call them out on that too. But they've done all this stuff blatantly out in the open that shows that they have done things for the purpose of piracy, versus the RCM loader, which it's just a fucking payload injector. It's Tegra RCM Smash in a USB drive. That's all it is. Why are they getting into you don't get an SXOS license. You're not getting access to the features that allow you to pirate. It just is a program in a USB stick. It's so stupid.
Yo, and also, man, another shout out. My man Colorful Seal, another $5. The donation hype train is popping with Dead Specimen on the line. You got it hype, my man.
Alchemy. For the record, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sick. I'm feeling kind of sick, so my voice is kind of dead. What I was saying was that someone earlier had said that Atmosphere had stolen the cheat engine from Team Executor, and so I was saying how someone had said that it's hypocritical to call out Team Executor for code stealing from Atmosphere when you don't call out that Atmosphere did the same to TX. What I'm saying is that if they actually did do that, because I hadn't heard about that, that would be hilarious, and I would love to be able to call them out for that, because I have a vendetta against the guy that runs Atmosphere for being a huge dickbag, and I would love to have a legitimate reason to actually call them out.
Hey, you know what? That would be, like, just so ironic. And it would be hilarious. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, well, hey, this cheat engine works wonderful now. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm with you on that. I'm not 100% on that.
How did they extract SIG patch? Atmosphere doesn't have SIG patches.
So, you know what? I think, and honestly, just my opinion, I think they're both stealing from each other at this point. And I think, I don't know who did it first, but maybe it's like he did it first. He started it. I'm going to do it too, Yeah. I don't know. You know what I mean? So,
I said Nintendo, not Atmosphere. Well, I don't know. Maybe Nintendo should make a cheat engine.
Yo, if Nintendo make a cheat engine, oh my God, I'm just going to die laughing.
Think of the thing. Nintendo cheat engine powered by Atmosphere.
Them Atmosphere guys going to be loaded. You know what I mean? They're going to be rolling in dough. So, my man, Dead Specimen, as always, my man, you be keeping it lit. You got the hype train, the donation train going. So I didn't ask you. I got to ask you these before I get y'all, because I didn't even get to them. We was talking about that. But let me ask you, PS5 drift issues. Do you think the drift issue is something that's a issue for all systems and people not taking care of their damn controllers? Or do you think bad builds?
I don't know, because I've never had a controller drift in my life.
Ooh, killed them. And I would tell you, now this is me. I've had 2 pairs of Joy-Cons drift on me. Now, one thing I can honestly say is that I'm rough on them damn suckers. Okay, I'm rough. I mean, I play them like I play my Xbox 360. So I can honestly say, I guarantee you I broke something on them controllers. So I can see why you don't have drift. I'm honestly starting to believe, hell, it's just us.
Well, I'm pretty rough on my controllers, honestly, but here's the thing. I've had Guitar Hero controllers, Xbox 360 controllers, Xbox One controllers, Joy-Cons, Switch Pro controllers. I've used PS4 controllers, 3 controllers, Steam controllers, and none of them have ever drifted on me. I don't know what it is about me, but I've never gotten drift.
So, you know what? Maybe it's an issue with consumers. I'm starting to believe that maybe some people are just heavy-handed. And maybe I'm just heavy-handed. Maybe I'm just rough on controllers.
Well, actually, I don't think that's true, because I have heard of people who, like, especially with the Joy-Cons, how they just buy Joy-Cons and then immediately, they pull them out of the box, throw them on the Switch, and they're drifting. So I do think that, at least in Nintendo's case, it's just bad stick design. And it would make sense because Nintendo had been known for having fantastic analog sticks up to that point, and then they create these special small joysticks specifically for the Joy-Cons, and all of a sudden they have this big drift problem. So my guess was that they kind of rushed out the Switch, and they just needed, they weren't going to be plopping these big fat analog sticks onto these tiny controllers. What do? Oh, we'll just mock up these tiny joysticks. Oh, okay, these work. Use them.
Damn, you deep, man. You coming on deep, man. You know what? You said it. You said you was gonna come on, man, and drop a couple bombs. You're dropping a lot of them. Okay, you're dropping a lot. Now I'm starting to feel like, as far as I'm concerned, let's say Team Executor, Max and Gary are 2 gentlemen who we know have served time. Do you feel like those gentlemen should be let free right now and they should not have to deal with this? Or do you think that there's a lot of things we don't know and that's why they're being held?
If I was to be the judge, Max can be set free. And here's why. Max, he ran a website. He ran Max console. Now, I haven't looked at the indictment in a while, but as far as I'm aware, Max just ran Max Console. I don't think he had anything directly to do with any of the production at Atmosphere. Maybe there's some charge for he harbored their videos and discussion or whatever, but I had an account on Max Console even. I don't see any reason to believe why Max would necessarily be getting in trouble. Maybe in a civil court he could get in trouble because I think there was something about them having ROM packs on their websites. So in a civil court, maybe Nintendo could sue him. But other than that, I don't know why he would be getting federally charged because I know Gary definitely had a lot to do with not production, but correlation. And I know that Wanning Chen also had a lot to do with like warehousing and that kind of stuff. Those I could see them getting charged on. I don't know what Max did though.
Okay. Nah, you broke it down, man. That's what I needed.
On Colorful Field, the Discord's in the description.
Okay, and I gotta make sure to check my Discord link. Sometimes it be going on. My man, Dead Specimen. Any last words you gotta say to the people for ya?
Oh God, I don't know, man. I'm trying, man. It's what I've always been saying. They have team executors who's legally done a lot of bad stuff. And I think, I'm no lawyer, but from what I've seen, there are a lot of ways that you could interpret the DMCA to say, sorry guys, y'all broke the law. You're going to jail. I don't like it necessarily. I think that the law is fucking stupid and it needs to be rewritten from the ground up. But, it's like prohibition. Most people thought prohibition was stupid, but if you drink, you go to prison. It's that simple. The DMCA is stupid, but if you circumvent technological measures, sorry, you go to prison.
And you're right, that is the law right now, and it's sad to say. And hopefully something can change. But Dead Specimen, my man, it's a pleasure having you on. My dude, I want you to have a wonderful day, my man.
You too, man. Have a good rest of your stream.
Later, man. So I missed about like 4 or 5 calls. My bad. I be on this thing. I see a 318, a 313. Everybody run a 313. Every time I see that 313, I think of 8 Mile, man. So I'm sorry, but go ahead. You can call back. But my man, Dead Specimen, dropping the knowledge. My man is killing them. My man out here dropping it. He's saying, yo, by the law, it ain't much we gonna be able to do in this case. The law is set in stone that certain things that were passed technologically should not have been done. I'm not one that knows the law, so I like to leave that to the lawyers. Anyone who's a prosecutor, defense attorney, a judge, hell, the jury. I leave that to all of them to determine that. Because it's a lot of stuff. Now, I would love to be presented all the facts in front of me, just like a judge would, and be able to look and say, because I do believe in when you buy something, you can do whatever the hell you want to do to it. But if you are pirating, that is illegal. And if you think if everybody bought a system and everybody pirated, there would not be enough money to keep these companies afloat, or at least for making systems. So there has to be there's got to be a meeting of the mind somewhere. We got to come to somewhere where we got to come to an agreement, where we got to say, hey, you know what? This is where it's at. We're going to be able to do this, but we can't do that. And I agree kind of what Dead Specimen said. He said, hey, you're modifying it, but are you trying to pirate? No. Okay, well, you can go ahead and use it. If we find out you're pirating, you can face charges. You know what I mean? And to be honest, a lot of people watching this channel is pirated. Hell, how many of us remember getting a cassette tape and taking a little piece of paper and shoving it right into the little top there on both sides and putting it in and hit record? We were able to do that. Nobody said nothing then. Okay? Nobody said when you were able to take a piece of paper and stuff it in the front of your VHS and put it in and hit record. Nobody said nothing. You could take your favorite movie. It can be Jumanji on VHS with Robin Williams. Shout out. Classic movie too. You can take that, shove a piece of paper in the front of your VHS and hit record on it, and nothing was done about that. So now we at a point where you're not going to be able to do anything with your system but what we tell you to do. You're not gonna, nope. We don't want you to run anything on it. We don't want you to run Linux, no window. We don't want you to run anything but what we have it designed to run for. And anything you do to prevent that copyright protection is considered illegal. And we had Dead Specimen say possibly for educational purposes. Now, I'm not deep on that. Now, hold on. We got a call. I got to take the call. So, Nick Moses 05 podcast. Who do I have on the line?
Holla at your boy.
Oh, man. What's going on, my man? Becoming Undone. How you doing today, man?
Doing good. I got my wooden spoon ready, as we have it here in the South. It's cold weather. It's gumbo season, and I got the spoon ready because you got some hot topics tonight.
I sure do, and we're going to start it off. We're going to kick it off right. Everybody, all these people now, Dead Specimen, come on. This is a man who I know who don't sugarcoat it. He always like, look, Team Executor, this is what you get. This is what you deserve. You made your bed. Now you're going to sleep on it. Do you feel like we are being too hard on Team Executor?
Well, no, because they kind of put their money where their mouth was. When they come out with everything, this is the way I feel. They said they were going to guarantee all these updates for life. And when you kind of guarantee something, and I'm going to use it in the old man terms because I'm old as Christmas, as these young folks say. PK and them, they be like, where do they get these sayings from, man? This is so whack.
Yeah, we old as hell to them.
Man, they going to be like, man, I ain't never heard this crap before, you know? But my grandpa used to say, you know, a man's word is his bond and stuff like that. And these guys nowadays, they're like, you know, hey, I'm going to keep the quick buck. You know, if I can't keep it, it is what it is. I'll get done when I get done. And I understand there's some things kind of holding back. Don't get me wrong. I understand.
No, you're right.
You know, hey, they got some people in jail. They got some stuff they trying to lay low. But they kind of put it out there, hey, you know, we're going to get this thing rolling. We're going to charge people money. They're going to have free updates for life. We're going to make sure they got the alpha, the beta, the omega, all this stuff. You know, we're going to handle it up, blah, blah, blah. They spoke some big words. They hyped it up, all that good stuff, like I just said. So, you know, they kind of deserve what, you know, what they're getting. Plus, you know, it wasn't a well-kept secret. You know, it got out there, and people started spreading the word. You know, you got some people with some big mouths. You got noobs all over the place trying to figure out a way to hack their Nintendos. And then it's like word of mouth, you know, to friends, and then friends get on chat, IRCs, and all this crap. So, yeah, I mean, they deserve what they get.
No,
I'm going to be honest. I love them, but they deserve what they get. They should have kept it a little bit more down low.
And you know what? That's what I want to say. And I'm glad you said that. And shout out to James Mullen. James Mullen is one I showed pictures that had the whole setup of the PS5 and the Xbox on both sides. That was James Mullen. My man tuned in. Shout out to James Mullen. But let me ask, now that you on that, do you think Nintendo, or let's say Team Executor in this case, would not have to worry about Nintendo if they would have just kind of like not really put it out there for market as big as they did? Because I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard about this, it spread like wildfire. It was everywhere. You couldn't miss it. And for me, someone who's in the modding scene, it was almost like if you went to a website that had anything to do with modding, it talked about Team Executor and what was happening.
Oh yeah, I think they've been way better off because listen, we know for a fact word of mouth will definitely spread stuff. And we got all these forums like GBA Temp and this, that. I mean, if you search hard enough, you're going to find it. And they kind of got greedy. And don't get me wrong, it takes money to make money, but they're kind of nonchalant, a little bit prideful, number one. And then number two, when you start charging for stuff that ain't truly yours, in a sense, it's going to get messy.
And I think that's where the big problem came in. And shout out, I see Colorful Seal. Nintendo is also harsh with brand partners as well, like on YouTube, Twitch, and everything. And I will agree. But I'm going to hit you on, and I think you were right there. I think that with Atmosphere not being a dime, right? You could just go there and download Atmosphere. And with the SXOS license being something you purchased, if SXOS license was free, do you think that Team Executor would still be dealing with these issues federal-wise that they're dealing with now?
I think they would because of the extra stuff they're offering, because Atmosphere is just opening it up, and Team X is adding stuff like save managers and different stuff like that they're actually adding to it. Because you don't actually see where Atmosphere is saying, we got the Atmosphere save manager. We don't have the Atmosphere XCI loader and this and that. Atmosphere is just, or from what I've seen, because I be honest, I'm Team X for life. I don't mess with Atmosphere right now. I don't plan on messing with it yet. May do it in the future, but there's a lot more that Team X has actually incorporated besides just the custom firmware.
Yeah, it's a lot. And my man said President Trump loves my setup after seeing your video. I was Yo, folks are crazy, man. I don't know what's wrong with people, man. Y'all crazy out here, but my man, you definitely.
Tell him Trump needs a pardon and executor.
He needs to pardon Max and Gary. Stop, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, hilarious. But I'm gonna say, honestly, I think you hitting this spot on, man. And I think that they were fine, but selling it, adding the other things. Now, for me, I'm a guy that's representing TX. I think, hell, the crime doesn't fit the time and the fine, if that makes sense. That's my problem. Okay. Getting caught,
it's kind of harsh for that part. Yeah.
I think it's just harsh. If they get caught and they got to face fines or certain things, cool. That's understandable. But I think this is a federal crime for this reason. And we all watch those tapes at the beginning where it's like, if you duplicate this device, you face, a fine of $250,000 or possible jail time. So you see these astronomical numbers of how much it is for breaking this crime. And I think it's just not fair. So do you think that we should change the laws as far as right to fair use? And should that be changed? Should we get more, let's say, leeway to what we can do for our systems? Or do you think that the government has the DMCA the way it is and it's good because we pretty bad and we could do some evil things and they need to leave it the way it is?
I think it needs a major overhaul because, number one, when we purchase our systems, if we're going to open it up to custom firmware, don't get me wrong when I say it like this. There are a lot of people pirating because my backstory. Got kind of ripped on a game. Another game, didn't know it was any good. Yep. Found out, wow, it was a gem in the rough. If they put more demos out, and I'm not saying just make every single freaking game out there demo, but some of these games are garbage that are hyped up, and other games that you never know are gems. If they put a few more demos out there, there'd be stuff that people would actually have a chance at experiencing, and maybe there wouldn't be a need for some piracy. But then you got people that's going to do it no matter what, just because they ain't got money. But there definitely needs to be an overhaul, just for the fact that to me, there's over extremes. You're wanting to fine people millions of dollars, and unless these people just have been, I guess, maybe in the scene, if they have, since the beginning of Team X, and have been working with it ever since Xbox and all that junk like that, unless they got millions of dollars in their pockets, and Nintendo knew that they had that, or however they did their research and all that to find out how much money the guy had to be able to find it. Most of these stuff are way overblown, and they definitely, I don't know what the prosecutors and all that had to find out for the background to know every single charge that was brought up, to be able to get that final settlement and stuff like that. But a lot of that stuff is way overblown. And I know it's to discourage future users, but I mean, use some common sense, use some practicality and all that. I mean, because some of that stuff is just stupid. I mean, it goes beyond just the DCMA. It goes to other stuff in jail time. Like, I mean, you see stupid crap. I'm not trying to be too political here, but you see rapists and stuff going to jail for so much time, and drug dealers, and then you got murderers getting off after 2 or 3 years, compared to like 10 or 15 years for selling some dope or something like that. So, I mean, it's all backwards. So I think definitely needs to be reworked.
Yeah, and I agree with you there. My man JJ was one that said he thinks if it's not, if they didn't charge, it would have been less mainstream and they wouldn't be dealing with as much as they deal with. And I do agree with. For me, it always seems like when it comes to these charges to the federal government, it's usually a money trail. And if it ain't a money trail, it ain't even a time to be waste. And I don't know this money trail. I'm not one that follows in on it, but it seems like there was a huge money trail that they felt like they could actually target them, and not only that, indict them, arrest them, and feel like, federal cases, they feel like, I'm not sure the conviction rate, but it's like 80%, 90%, something ridiculous. Okay, so they feel like this one's in the bag if they went as far as to get them. Do you think that this case is possible to be fought? And if so, how far do you think the fight can go? Do you think they could be, forgiven of all charges? Or do you think that these gentlemen, unfortunately, may have to face some real charges?
I think that they can fight it, and I think they actually have a case for being able to be let off on lesser charges, or maybe a plea bargain, because they have to really prove burden of guilt on these guys, and they may have some lockdown evidence on some of the charges, which I don't know every single charge because I didn't really look over the information myself. But the burden of proof is on the ones that are brung up the charges, federal government, FBI, whoever all was involved. So, I mean, they'd have to, to me, prove that is circumventing all that crap, in my opinion. Because, even if it is bringing up custom firmware and stuff like that, I mean, who's like Alchemy and the rest of them, paper clips, what if not paper clips, tinfoil? I mean, good Lord, what if none of that all comes together? Are you going to rip off the Joy-Cons off a Switch no more and only sell Pro controllers for it? I mean, that just makes the Switch the Tablet Pro or whatever, I mean, it's some of the most stupidest, most idiotic stuff out there that they can think of. I mean, you go take your forks and all your metal out your house because you can melt that crap down and make a paper clip.
Hey, you're not lying about that. So let me ask. Now I'm going to ask you about some of the other things I talked about. The drift issues. Now, I've been on Sony. Everybody know I just got the hate in my blood for Sony. And it's nothing against their system. Great systems, love the games and all that. But you know how you just got a natural hate. It's just like people hated Jordan back in the day. And then as he finished, you learn to love his career and what he brought to the game. It's kind of like that with me with Sony. Okay, I just got a natural hate. Don't like him. Okay, used to love him. But they're dealing with drift issues on the PlayStation 5 controllers. Do you think this drift issue is something we're going to be seeing in all controllers across the board? Do you think it's a manufacturer issue? Or do you think that people are just too damn rough on their controllers?
I don't think it's going to be something prevalent in Xbox or Sony. It might have been a quick jab just to get some of the systems out or get so many systems out. I believe Sony's going to take care of that. They're not going to make the same mistake Nintendo has because they don't want to go into a lawsuit. They don't want to have negative publicity because the hype train and so many systems that they have sold. I read articles like you were saying earlier. The sales were up. It was actually like a 2-to-1 ratio on that. But I really don't think that's going to be a commonplace in the future because Xbox and PlayStation, in my opinion, actually value the gamers a lot more than Nintendo. Nintendo, I think, is just going to keep on going. Right there, they're not going to give a crap. They're worried about the money more than anything. Their games are good. at times, Nintendo does, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be a major problem going forward.
That's good. Now, my man, as always, I love having you on, my man, giving your good takes. And any last words you got to the people listening before you're out?
Hey, y'all subscribe to Cash Money Nick. Give him your food stamps, give him your lunch money, and your welfare checks, buddy.
Oh, man, I love it. I might have to take that tag, man. Becoming undone, my man. I'ma holla at you, my dude.
Later.
Later, man. Oh, my goodness. I want your food stamps. Give me the welfare. My man is crazy. Yo, but hold up. We got another call. I can't get it. I got to keep them coming. Nick Boulders 05 podcast. Who do I have on now?
You got Rainy.
Oh, man, I got the young OG in the building, the youngest OG of the family. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Man, I'm doing good. So let me ask, man, with you being the youngest OG, man, you know, from my end, it's a little different around the holiday and stuff. How did you enjoy your Thanksgiving, man? It's COVID, you know, everything's going on. Did your family cook? How did that go for you?
You know, it kind of sucked. I didn't get to see my family, but, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of how it's been, man. It's been wild. Everybody don't get to see who you're going to see. Now, we all got some food, but that's good. But my man, now that I got you on, you've been one, you know about this, about the stuff going on with Team Executor. Do you feel like, PK, we are being too hard on Team Executor and we all need to, in the Nintendo Switch community, just loosen up on TX?
Nah, they fucked themselves over. They ripped from Atmosphere, and then they start selling the product as literally marketed as a backup tool and a way to play games for free. So they definitely deserve this.
Okay, this PK. So you talking, I like it. Talk spicy. That's what we here for. That's what the channel's here for. We need to get all that. Okay, so do you think that the gentlemen, okay, now that we're talking about it, Max and Gary, do you think that the crime fits the time and the punishment that these gentlemen have right now on their shoulders?
No.
Okay.
Because as many have seen, basically, I think, what's his name? Jay just said this, but, how are murderers getting away with a year in jail with parole when these people are getting 15 years for something that basically had no effect besides Nintendo losing a good amount of money, but they've made millions off of people who have been trying to hack their Switches, so it's just retarded.
Okay, so now, so you're one of the ones, PK, and I'm glad. That's what we need you here for. And I'm glad you called in because everybody needs to hear your side. Okay, so you feel like TX is getting what it's deserved right now. Do you think that if Team Executor did not charge for this product, that they would be in the same predicament?
You know, yeah.
Okay, no.
The only thing is,
Go ahead.
it's because it's not a suit from Atmosphere. It's not a suit from Reswitched. It's a suit from Nintendo. They couldn't have done anything to stop this, especially because they marketed this as a piracy product.
So, you're saying that because of the way TX marketed it and they released it, that you feel like that the government needs to step in here because by the DMCA, it is illegal. So let me ask this, PK, as far as Atmosphere, do you think the Atmos team should face any consequences at all similar to Team Executor?
No.
Okay. All
And
right.
I don't think they will. Frankly, I don't think they will. Because Nintendo doesn't have enough evidence to sue them. Although their product can be used for piracy, if in the right hands, it's not marketed as a piracy product. It's marketed as a way to open the Switch up to other forms of operating systems.
Okay. Now, let me ask, PK, so I got you on. So now, if the federal government decides to come after Team Atmos because of circumvention of Nintendo Switch, do you think that they would face similar charges to what Team Executor members are dealing with now? Or do you think that it would be a completely overblown case and Atmosphere would just skate away into the sunset?
Hold up. Alchemy just said, SX isn't marketed as a piracy product either. Well, here's the thing. They market it as a backup device. It doesn't matter at that point.
Okay. So what you're saying, PK, is if marketed as a backup device, and you know, for me, when I purchased it, I can't even tell you what the marketing scheme was. I know what I wanted it for. I wanted to be able to do something different with my Nintendo Switch. That was my thing, to modify it, because it's never been modified. So I didn't know all of what it was capable of doing until I actually got my hands on it and studied it. So, PK, at the time it was released, you are saying that it was marketed as a backup tool and therefore would automatically be deemed illegal.
Yeah, basically. I mean, look at your own channel. Look at the first video you published on it.
And you took it back. I definitely was putting videos up way back on this. Okay, and I love to still be now talking about this, but you see, back then, it was fine and dandy. I was able to put up my videos with no problem, didn't worry, and now it's not to such. So, PK, what if I say to you, you know what? The feds is overdoing it. They stepped in because Nintendo gave them some info and they felt like they could run with it, and these charges is bogus. What would you say to somebody who say these charges is overblown and fraudulent?
You know, I'm not going to say that they're fraudulent. I'm not going to go that far, but I'm definitely going to say they're overblown. Only because, like I said before, there are murderers and people doing everything else under the sun that are getting a slap on the wrist compared to people who are making bank off of a product that just circumvents, you know, checks and allows people to back up their games. So I think that's really fucked up. But, you know, what are you going to do? And I definitely think, like I said, it's overblown compared to what other people are getting away with. But, you know, Nintendo fucking sucks, so what can you say?
Now, PK, I see here, we got some good, they in the chat, they lighting it up. That's what I need you on here for. I need you to talk spicy. You got them on the chat, they spicy. Now, I see people saying that this was never advertised as anything for piracy, backup tool, or anything. That was something that was done by the resellers of the product. Do you think that's true?
Partially.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie, partially.
Okay.
But the other thing that I don't think they get is that SX basically from day one has had an XCI loader built in.
So, being that the XCI loader is built in, you're saying cut code done. I don't even want to hear about it.
Basically, yeah.
You on here talking spicy, PK. Spicy. Okay, I like it. So, let's say this. I think Joe was one in the comments that said, in a RICO case, you know they can go over anything in a RICO case. So, let's say they go through a RICO.
Alchemy Gaming just said XCI loader only uses the XCI header key, which if you own your own card, that doesn't matter at that point. People since basically day one have been able to dump keys and then run XCIs. It doesn't matter.
Yo, Young OG talking spicy.
Let's be honest. Half the time, the XCI loader is used to run ripped XCIs off of places like Fisher. I forgot. Fisher and Mega. So I mean, it doesn't even matter. They're not going to win. They're not gonna win. Now,
PK, let's do this. So I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna get to it. So you definitely are not a fan of TX. I see. So, you are a fan of Atmosphere. If a RICO case was to dig in deep and say, hey, we found out that Team Executor stole code from this group, and then they start to dig into Team Atmosphere, would you then feel bad that you were now saying that TX is getting their just due?
No.
Hey, I love it to keep it real, man. I love it. I love it, man.
And you know
I love
the
every
problem
second of it.
too? They wouldn't win against Atmosphere because it just wasn't marketed like SXOS.
Okay, so pretty much you're saying, and I will be honest in myself, when I did come across Atmosphere for my first time, I will admit it did not come across to me the same way as Team Executor did.
Exactly.
Differences in that, though, is Team Executor, well known. They had a future with Xbox 360, other mod chips, Xbox, Team Executor's been around for a while. So I think the name, once it came out, no matter what other name was said, I would have looked at Team Executor over any other name, just for the fact of I was more familiar with Team Executor and known them for previous tools for other devices. But PK, I'm loving the take. So you have no remorse for the brothers. So let's say you did say that the crime doesn't fit the time. Do you think that they could beat this case that they have in front of them with the federal government?
No.
Okay. And you think, and we all know the federal government, like I mentioned, the conviction rate, ridiculously high. And if they put a case forward, they already have evidence. It's not the federal government's looking for evidence. They already got it. Whether they gain more evidence or not is another story. But I don't know deep into it, but I've heard, Max, I be looking at some Instagram pictures. It looks like Max is living his life like it's golden. So I don't know, but it seems like some people have already posted bond. They're out. Maybe they still have the case going, but it's looking like these brothers might be in trouble. And what I'm hearing from PK is it's not much they're going to be able to do about it. So PK, my man, now you have been the one today. Everybody else was repping TX. I said, are we too hard on TX? And you are the one that came down on them. I appreciate your honesty. It's what we needed today because everybody needs to hear it. So there is something that Alchemy Gaming mentioned about the XCI header key. Do you feel like regardless, no matter what, because XCI loading is enabled, that makes it illegal?
Not just XCI loading. You can install XCIs.
So you're saying, bottom line, you can install XCIs illegal. Boom. Now, let me ask you, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about the law and dumping carts? Do you feel like you should be able to back up your own content, PK?
Well, here's the thing. Backing up your own content, I mean, yeah, you should be able to do that. I mean, like, there are plenty of people that back up I think DVDs, CDs, just to like a home media server. And they get away with that. But the problem is when it's widespread like this, you don't just get away with something like that. You can't.
Okay. And see, I come from, and PK, that's what I said, I come from that era where, everybody was trying to back up the games. I come from where if you tipped your Xbox 360 over, the disc got scratched, it was done. I come from this era where you wanted to back up your games, but you didn't know how. And when you could back up your games, that was the overall purpose. And then it became this whole piracy bonanza that it is. So I'm not sure as about as the XCI loading as far as how I feel. That's something I had to look into, but I could totally see your point of view. I can see where you're coming from. You just like cut cold and dry. If you was in there, this is the way it would be. So, PK, my man. Now, before I let you go, I just got to get this out the way. PlayStation 5 drift issues. What you feel, man? You think it's just a Sony Nintendo Switch issue, or do you think that people are being too damn hard on these controllers?
Nah, it's like I had my set of Joy-Cons, 2 years? I was never rough on them. And a couple months ago, one of my Joy-Cons started freaking the fuck out, and just like like out of nowhere, I'd be playing Mario Kart or Tetris, and this shit would just go flying to the left. So fix your fucking shit and own up for your mistakes.
So you're one that's here today to say they're making mistakes, man. They're not building these controllers right. They're building them with cheap components, and they need to make better controllers. That's what I'm hearing. All right. So, and I haven't had a drift issue with my Xbox controller. And I will say I've dropped my controller, not the new one. Okay, the new ones I'm taking care of like a baby. But the old one I was dropping many times. Didn't even care, pick it up. I've never had a drift issue with it. But I will say I've had 2 sets of Joy-Cons that I've had the drift issue with. I do play on both those sets, and I'm a hardcore gamer. So when I'm playing on it, I'm playing pretty rough. So I will agree that I might be damaging it. So one more thing, PK, before I let you go. PS5 outsells Xbox Series X. What do you feel about that? Do you think Sony is reigning supreme and Xbox is just a little sad bad boy? Or do you think that Microsoft is really getting the last laugh?
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Microsoft killed their own console. Like, so, yeah, Microsoft. I'm with PS5. First Red Ring of Death, and then, Red Ring of Death, and then, I forgot what else I was But, and you killed Halo. You killed your only exclusive. So, I mean, this was bound to happen.
And you're right. Now, I will say this. They did kill their only exclusive. Red Rings, okay, that was definitely an issue. 60% fail rate on those first set of systems that came out. I will say the Xbox Series X has been pretty boring, to be honest. But I'm loving Bourne. I guess I'm getting old because I loved it. Bourne is so good. Oh my gosh, I get the same games, except they look better because I got a better TV. I love it. I don't know. I'm just old, PK. Don't
Hold on, not to mention though, people watching the stream, go check out his. I think the podcast from 2 weeks ago. My Xbox, my 360, my basically, I think fifth or sixth 360 Red Ring on stream.
I forgot about that. Literally live on stream, you got a Red Ring. So that was, man, condolences. I remember we gave you condolences for that, man. Sad moment, man. Sad moment for the Xbox 360. But my man PK, any last words you got to the people before you're out?
Cash Money Nick, give him your food stamp, give him your welfare check. You already know. He coming into town. He coming for your toes. Give him that money.
Yo, y'all are ridiculous today, man. PK, I'ma holla at you, man. Yo, my man is crazy, man. Y'all have been tripping today. Yo, the camera, what's up, man? Can you get me? What's up here, man? Yo, so my man PK has been the one and only to step up. And I did see 2 other callers come in. I apologize. Was getting to PK. PK was talking spicy on Team Executor. Yo, my dog got no love for Team Executor. And I told you, they my family. You know, my family. You know, TX. So I myself said I've been too hard on TX. And these videos I'm putting up in an effort to keep TX alive. Okay, we trying to keep TX coming for years. I want to see TX on the Series X. You know what I'm saying? But my man PK has no love for Team Executor. He said they getting what they deserve. He's saying the federal government need to crack down on that ass. And my man Max, shout out to Max, Gary, shout out to y'all. For me being able to use something for my Nintendo Switch that worked out for me, I didn't mind paying for it. I thought the price was very affordable. That's just me. I thought the price was very affordable. Yes, there were free methods. And I remember the time. I don't know if a lot of you remember this, but I remember when I first was using Team Executor and everybody was like, oh, there's going to be a free solution. You better wait. There's going to be a free solution. You're stupid for paying. You're stupid for paying. There's going to be a free solution. Atmosphere. And I didn't even wait to look. I was already using Team Executor, and then the free solution came, and we had a lot of people talking about, why are you paying? The experience has been different for me. And now having this channel, I've been able to put videos out where I have to use Atmosphere. I have to use, any other custom firmware, whether it's SXOS, what's the other one, Ray NX, or, anything that I've had to use. I've used ones that I don't even know what they are. But they all seem to have one thing in common. They allow me to do something different for my Nintendo Switch. And I don't mind paying. So Team Executor, I paid for a product that I was happy with, that I was happy to pay for, and it was not expensive. I didn't have to break the bank. I didn't have to pay $100, $200. You know, my chips, another story. You can talk about soldering, and, you know, I got, you know, hit me up on the Discord. Okay. But mod chips and everything. Okay. And I know somebody right now, shout out, there was somebody who's actually selling a Nintendo Switch. It's a version 2 with a core installed. I'm not even going to say the first part, so I can just say a core installed. You already know what it is. He's selling it for $475, shipped, brand new, throwaway account and everything. Got to put that out there for him. My man did mention that. So a Nintendo Switch with a core installed. All right. So anyways, if you want to just hit the Discord, just go to the Discord. He's in there. I told him be in there. You know, if he wants it, he could go ahead and do what he do. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay. But my man said $475. Shipped. You get that bad boy ready. It's ready to go for Christmas for your kids. So shout out to my man. Okay. Free Solution don't have that much support as TX does. My man JJ hit that on the head. I agree. The support for Team Executor was amazing. Not only just the support, but when they came out with updates, and I know what some people say, hey, they only address certain bugs that were fixed by, you know, Atmosphere or something, you know. I understand all that, but the point was the team was good. I didn't really have any issues with anyone on the team. Everybody on the team was sweet to me. Resellers, I spoke with different resellers, cool with me. I never really had a problem. I did have a problem when it came to Atmosphere versus TX. That's where I had the problem. It's so much hate there. And I think it's just a market for cap space. It's not much, so both of them are trying to take a certain amount of cap space. But it's enough for everybody, man. Let's just let it go round, okay? But it's funny, though. Everyone that hates TX always regurgitates some BS rumors they heard down the line. My man Alchemy Game and the rumors, yo, let's be honest, though. Rumors go crazy, and we've all seen rumors about what happens and this and that. To me, if you don't know for a fact, so which means if you're not able to take something and test it yourself and be able to get that answer yourself, you're taking the information from someone else, so you have to trust that source that you're getting it from. All right? So anything that you trust at this point, you trust the source you're getting it from. TX is very friendly for the community. I will agree. TX makes great tools and hacks. I will agree. I got TX love, but only runs so deep. Man, Joshua Drake, only so deep, man. It's something, you know, I ain't gonna front. Some of it, you know, you hear, you go, But I've been representing TX since day one. But other than that, y'all, I ain't see no call come through. I appreciate everybody tuning in today. Yo, I usually give away Steam keys. I'm going to be doing something else. I'm going to have to do it in the Discord because I want to do something else where I get more days where I live stream because there's certain people that can't make it for these live streams that want to become available for others. I got my Xbox Series X. I'm ready to stream. Colorful Seal, my man. I'm going to be streaming with Colorful Seal later. He has a YouTube channel and everything. I'm going to be shouting that out too. We'll be playing probably Call of Duty Cold War. I'm on that thing. Yes. Okay, JJ, missed your call. You called? JJ, no, call right now, JJ. I'll hold the whole show for you, JJ. Okay, your word is bond right now, JJ. Okay, because I know you got so much to say about TX. Especially, we don't want to end it on the note with PK killing them. PK said them brothers need to be up under the dirt. Okay, spike that brother. That man PK spit on them and said they get what they deserve. And yes, he brought up the source code. We knew it was coming. Hold on, I gotta take this call. Nick Moses 05 podcast. Who do I have on the line?
It's JJ, Nick. What's up?
Oh, I know I got you on the line. I see you right there. The call is going. The time's going, but I can't hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Can you hear me?
Oh, we can't hear you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hang up. I want you to call back because I have a feeling it's you, JJ. Okay, go ahead and call back. We need you. Okay, we need you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and call back. I know that's my man, JJ. Okay, and JJ is one. For those who don't know, JJ is one that has not only messaged me about a lot of news like many of others here on the family. Okay, JJ is real involved. He's got sources. Everybody's got sources. JJ's got some good ones as well. So I always love to take JJ's call just to get the information. Nick Moses 05 podcast. Who do I have on the line?
It's JJ, Nick. Can you hear me?
Oh, man. I know this you, JJ. I know. Any new news? Oh, Andrea Mitchell, stop by. Where you been? Where you? No, I'm joking with you. Andrea, what's up with you? Appreciate you stopping by. So we can't hear you. I know that's you, JJ. I know. I got you on. The timer's going. We just can't hear you. That's it. I know that's you, JJ. I can just tell. I just feel it. I feel it. So we're going to try this again. We're going to try it, and hopefully this goes through. Nick Motors 05 podcast. Who do I got on?
It's JJ. Can you hear me now?
Oh, JJ, man. I wish we could just switch it up some other way. I wish I could just have you on the phone. Hell, I could pull you up right here and just go, JJ, what's up, man? What's up? You know what I mean? Now, while I'm waiting, JJ, what I'm going to do, I want you to call back. If you got any other phone, too, just switch it up. Maybe you can call from a Google phone or something. I don't know. You know, just try something, please. I know. I want you, JJ. I want you on the network. We can hear him with you. Okay. So, now, hold up. Y'all can hear him? Y'all can hear JJ. Why can't I hear JJ? Yo. Oh, man. So you telling me. JJ, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Yo, JJ, you had me snapping on the line, man, because I couldn't hear you. That's my own fault, though. I'm hyped. You see my drink empty? You know what I mean? My drink empty. Okay. It was me. I'm hyped. Okay. It's almost 2 hours in. You know how I get. I get a little, a little crazy, man. I get a little. JJ, what is up?
All right. Not much, man.
Oh, man, my man JJ. Yo, just so everybody know, my man JJ throughout the week be having me in tears laughing for all the type of things he has to deal with throughout the week. So, JJ, my condolences. I'm sorry you got to deal with that. Those things would drive anybody crazy. But this topic is perfect for you. I know this is something that you know a lot about. Do you think everybody is being too hard on Team Executor?
Nah, I feel like everyone's complaining like too much, to be honest. Like they're giving them like too much trouble, to be honest. Because I mean, like really, if that chip wasn't out, then they would just be complaining to some other company, basically. If it wasn't Team Executor, they would be bitching about someone else, pretty much.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Now, let's speak as far as the case, because we got, especially Max and Gary. We know have been two that have been dealing with this. They've been arrested. Based on the Instagram, I think Max is living his life. Not sure about Gary, but it seems like they had to suffer and deal with these astronomical charges that have been brought onto them by the federal government. Do you think that they have a chance of beating this case?
I feel like they'll beat it because all the hype that it gets, like, for example, say when GeoHot, hacked the PlayStation 3 and literally, he worked for, a security company, Facebook, and then, I feel like it'll go, that type of route.
Okay. No, and I'm with you on that, and that would be...
It may not be, Bowser or Max working for, the company, but just, that's just an example. I just feel like they're just blowing it out of proportion.
Okay. No,
there's so many hacks that you just don't hear about nowadays.
No, and I'm with you on that, and you're right. There's so many hacks, and that's something I mentioned that people don't hear about. And it's not like TX is the only one. So, as far as this case, do you think people that are hating on TX, or let's say PK was one that was just on, it's just saying, hey, they getting what they deserve. Do you think these people are shooting themselves in the foot, not realizing what this may mean to them? Or do you think they're just being some atmosphere haters?
Man, all that source code bullshit, oh, you stole that source code, you made it better. I mean, that's just a bunch of drama bullshit. It's internet script kiddie shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that, and we hear it often about the stolen this and stolen that. Then you got, hey, Atmosphere stole this from SX and stole, and that's why I said, for me, it's about me being the consumer, and what I get is the end result of the product. What they do between all that, I don't even really, because it's all hearsay. We don't really know for a fact.
Right, but when that other chip comes out, that Space NX, that there's a few people talking about, Now, will they say people's been stealing that source code? Will we go back that route again? Because they're saying that's supposed to be open source, and I feel like Nintendo's going to screw themselves because once that comes out, like, it's just over and done with.
Yeah, and I did see, and for those who don't know, and I will put up a post on that, JJ. I'm going to put that on my Facebook page, but there is a post, and I think it was a tweet that was actually put out.
It to you.
Yeah, you sent it to me, and that is, and they're running Atmosphere on the same chips. On these same, now I'm not sure, was that a clone chip or was that a TX chip?
I haven't seen a lot about it. They haven't released much information. It was just on that Twitter page.
Okay. But no, nonetheless, it was still running Atmosphere on the chip, which was beautiful. It lets us know, you know what I mean? Hey, it's coming. And you're right. When that does come out, what happens with Team Executor now? Now it's not, it's not just Team Executor with chips. We got these chips all over. What do you do now? So do you think that this is just overblown for news, and by the time this hits the courts, they'll probably lower the charges and let them out? Or do you think the federal government is really trying to stick it to these gentlemen?
Can you repeat the question? Like, I didn't hear all of it.
So do you think they're going to stick it to them? So pretty much Max and Gary, they're just going to say, hey, we're going to make an example of you because you guys are just tearing up so much money for Nintendo, and we're going to make an example for anybody that pirates? Or do you think this is just the federal government trying to make news, trying to say, hey, we're stopping pirating and we're doing a great job, when really they're just putting somebody in jail?
You'll never stop, like, piracy, like, fully. Like, even if they made an example, then that's just going to push, like, hackers even farther to, like, make an example out of, like, their next system that, like, getting hacked, to push out a hack, like, even faster. I mean, because we know that the new Nintendo will probably be hacked. May not, like, happen day one, but definitely it's going to get hacked.
And I'm with you on that. And Alchemy Gaming said that was an SX Lite chip that they were using. And that's something I couldn't confirm or not. So I'm glad he did say that. That was an SX Lite. And, I was thinking, is it going to be a TX chip that you're just running Atmosphere on? So, and I'm with you. I've been with you the whole time. I do think this is overblown. I do think it's more of a, federal government feels like they have a case that they can secure in the bag. So they just go for it. It's very simple. You know what I mean? We're keeping our conviction rate up. And whether they lower the charges or not, they can still have someone convicted and have them of, minor charges. So I really think this is overblown. But what do you say to all those like PK? People who come on here and say, well, TX is getting what they deserve. They stole. They so-and-so. Do you think these
people are complaining about a chip that costs $65 where you have backup copies of your game, and theoretically people use it for piracy, right? And then Team Executor, they say that they market it straight for piracy. Well, people hack consoles for piracy. That's just how it is. They don't hack them for homebrew. There are some, but majority of them hack them for piracy. Let's just get to it, for piracy, pretty much. And literally people are complaining about $65. You literally buy a game for $59.99 and then like $63. It's just dumb.
No, it is, man. And one thing Andrea Mitchell said is that they're using the same chip in the Game & Watch. And I'm not sure. I haven't used the Game & Watch. I haven't opened it. I've seen them in action. My man Joe got one. But I heard they're using the same chip. So pretty much Nintendo's selling the same chip. Okay, I don't know if there's any truth to that. But it's seeming like Nintendo's just biting off more than they can chew. So let me ask you, JJ, what do you think is the end goal for Nintendo? Do you think Nintendo is going to continue to pursue everyone that has anything to do with piracy? Or do you think Nintendo's it's looking like they're about to give up?
Well, I feel like there hasn't been much going on in the scene. There really hasn't been a lot of updates going on with Team Executor, because there really hasn't been much going on with Nintendo. Like, they haven't pushed no system update. They might have pushed some game updates, but it hadn't really affected the chip. And then, people are complaining about getting bad chips. Now, in reality, everything is made in China. And then even when chips were made, like, for the 360, it was made in China, but stuff is made cheaper nowadays. You got with the Joy-Cons and everything. And people just complaining, just being little bitches, complaining about everything, literally. Like, you literally buy a product, yeah, you shouldn't have to return it or send it back to the company and all this, but that's just how it is because they make shit really cheap. And as me working for Apple, like they're going to start making iPads, like they're taking them out of China and going to make them in the USA because like the Trump trade war. Now that's another story, but like literally you got this COVID and it's still hard to find Nintendo Switches to a certain extent. Like you can find lights, but with Christmas they're starting to get hard to find, and people are asking about mod chips, and those chips are getting hard to find because people don't want to sell them. Now that chip has made Nintendo a lot of money. Now that's where they don't want to.
There you go, JJ. They don't want to talk about that. So let's talk about that. If you had to say, do you think Nintendo lost more money or do you think they gained more money with the mod chip being on the market?
Fuck no, they made like more money, especially with the chip. I mean, literally they make money on their games. Like they're complaining about, wow, their console got hacked. And then people are buying like, we were talking about it before, like you said, like 5 or 6 systems just to hack it, just to try the light, just to try the core.
Yep. No, you're preaching. Me, myself, right now, I'm one that have 3 systems. I have one OG, one version 2, and a light. And I literally have them just to have each one.
Same, yeah. I've got a V1, a V2, and a light, yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't be having all 3 of those if it wasn't for this. So, I admit, I think Nintendo is gaining from this. I think that they're really overhyping it just to put themselves on front page news. Okay, but now that it's being targeted by the federal government, because now the federal government has taken over, they press the charges. So now Nintendo's kind of out of it. They might just provide any information they can, but the federal government's pursuing these charges. I do hope. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, and I do hope that they do beat these charges, because for me, as part of the DMCA, I don't agree with not being able to make a backup of my own game. I think that's ridiculous. As much money is being spent on certain things, especially if, let's say, the Xbox 360, if you just lifted your Xbox and turned it on its side while a disc was in there, you would hear a sound and your disc would damn near be unplayable. That is a reason why we need a backup. It's not anything that I would figure would happen. It's not anything that they talked about. I didn't have anything in my manual to say, don't move your system while the disc is running. Okay, so I move it and this happens. I think it's right to a backup. How do you feel about making a backup of our own software? Do you think that's right? Or do you think that the government is, fair in saying that we no longer can make backups of our own software?
And the government's trying to control everything. They don't want you to do anything anymore. No. Like even with all these new electronics coming out. I haven't looked in too much into that lawsuit. Are they charging them for like previous hacks, like with the Xbox? Because like it's not the same executor team. I haven't looked into it too much.
No, and you're right. That's something that comes up in those cases all the time, because like we mentioned, Joe talked about if it was a RICO case that they were doing, they would start looking at, previous products that they released. How was it marketed back then? They would use that in court to present to say, hey, this is similar to what they've done now. So it is a lot of dirty tactics that they use in these court systems. And I'm not going to lie. They're right. There's rapists and other people who get out, with lesser charges than some of these people, and it ain't right. So, JJ, I just had to come get you on there to set the record straight. A lot of times you get a lot of people who on here, like PK. PK come on here dogging TX. You know what I mean? And, PK is a younger one. So we get everybody like, hey, I'm not about to argue with an 11-year-old. You know what I mean? I'm a grown man. I know what's going on. So how do you feel about PK and being 11, being someone that's in the scene? Do you think he truly understands, or do you think it's just coming from an 11-year-old just ranting?
I mean, no disrespect to PK. He's got some useful knowledge, but still playing that whole story with the whole source code. Who stole that? Who stole this? That's just, from what I see.
No, and I'm with you on that.
He's got a lot of hate. He's got a lot of hate on Team Executor, but he's still repping their product.
Yo, he definitely didn't say he not using Team Executor. He didn't say that. So you might be right on that.
All these people talking shit about Team Executor, they're still buying the damn product.
Talk to them. Yeah, And you're right. I will say everybody who probably trashing them would definitely buy the product. Now, my man JJ, as always, I love having you on, my man. We always talk. For those who don't know, we talk through the week. JJ, similar things that I deal with, talking with customers all day. So I totally feel for you. I feel for you, my man. Any last words you got to go before you're out of here, my man?
Support Nick Moses and like his channel.
Talk to him. My man JJ, you know I'm going to be hollering at you later like always, man.
Okay, you take care, Nick.
Later, man. So there we go. We got JJ on. Andrew Mitchell. How do you steal something that is open source? That's been something that we've heard often, being that it's open source. And that's why we didn't even get into the whole stealing thing. Okay, because we have some people saying they stole this, people stole this, stole that. And regardless, we got two separate teams providing two different custom firmwares. That's what we got. And I mean, how many people have said for the longest that, Apple's stealing from the jailbreak community? Okay, these people are creating these hacks and Apple are just stealing the ideas from the jailbreak community. It happens. A lot of creative minds use ideas from others. I'm one that I love all music, but let's say rap, for instance. How many rappers are inspired by other rappers? They listen to their music and they go, that inspired me. They make music similar. They might even say similar things. So using something of somebody else's, I'm not one that's dead set against that, but we have laws that are dead set against that. We have laws that state if something is protected, that you can't take from it. But in this case, if it's open source, what does that mean? Can I take something open source and go into the code and add a couple ones and call it my own? I don't know. I might can do that. Maybe I could just open it up and go 11111. Save. It's mine now. I just added some ones and some blank space. It's my product now. Okay. But anyways, everybody, I love you guys. We did 2 hours strong, easy. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and roll out. All you guys, I love you. Thank you guys for tuning in. The donations, man, I love you guys for that. I think it was Joshua Drake and my man Colorful Seal, man. I appreciate the donations. That's why I do it. These episodes, y'all got me hot, man. Okay, I love these episodes. But guys, stay tuned. I'm going to be doing videos specifically for the live streams and giving away Steam keys. I want to do it in my Discord. So if you guys just throw me some ideas, I want to have bots in the Discord, maybe do it. I want something to be able to pass these Steam keys out. I got a whole wad of new Steam keys, so I need to do something with them. So other than that, it's your boy Nick Moses 05. Alchemy, I'll be hollering at you. Peace out. Joe, Chelsea, Dead Specimen, PK, all y'all. We are out of here.